Judith is back at it here to give everyone another Walking Dead related video as we have the Walking Dead Season 11, the final season of The Walking Dead Part 1, premiering on Sunday, August 22nd or August 15th if you have AMC Plus, which I have. And going into the final season of The Walking Dead, I wanted to rank my current favorite characters that are still on the show. So this video isn't going to be about Fear the Walking Dead or The Walking Dead World Beyond, which I actually have yet to watch any of The Walking Dead World Beyond. I know. I hear bad things about it. I was going to watch it, and then I just got behind, and then I heard really bad things about it. But at some point, I'm sure I'll watch that. Maybe after they finish it up, which this is supposed to be the final season coming up, so maybe I'll finish it once it's done and get my thoughts on it. But I wanted to rank my current characters that are still on The Walking Dead. And then in addition to this video, I'll probably rank my all-time favorite characters going into the final season of The Walking Dead. That might even come right away, a day after this video airs, or I would say within a week. It's something I want to do. I just have to think. It's going to be a longer list, probably top 25, maybe more, but definitely more than top 10. So let's start this video off, my top 10 favorite characters currently on The Walking Dead. I'll give an honorable mention, and that would be Eugene. Now, I like Eugene as a character. I'm not a fan of him falling in love with this Stephanie chick from the, well, we think she's from the Commonwealth. I would rather have Eugene pursue Rosita. Just my preference. I get it. Rosita doesn't really have interest in him in that way, we think. But I would rather have him go after her and at least somehow, some way get lucky with somebody who he's idolized and fantasized about for a long time. So Eugene, at the moment, is number 11. Again, he's been in the top 10 before. Just fell out right now. I made a last-minute switch with another character. Number 10. Now, if you're unfamiliar with this channel, or if you're not really, you don't know a lot about me, then this is going to come as a surprise. If you're a fan of the channel and you know a lot about me, so when it pertains to The Walking Dead, this will come as no surprise. My 10th favorite character is Daryl. There are times where I really like Daryl, and there are times where I really don't like Daryl at all. And then there's times where he's just mediocre. I feel like he gets too much time on The Walking Dead, and they've really made him an invincible character where I think his invincibility should not be a thing. I would love if there was a potential that Daryl, or a possibility, not a potential, that Daryl would die in the final season of The Walking Dead. I think it's only fair that he takes Rick's role from the comic books. Just my opinion, but apparently there's this Daryl and Carol spinoff show. Apparently that's going to happen. We don't know the timeline of that yet. Maybe it takes place in a different time period. But Daryl, I like him sometimes. He's gotten better. I mean, his dialogue a lot of the times, like season 3, 4, and 5, for the most part, even 6, was a lot of grunting and, I don't really like that. He's not, didn't seem like he had a lot of acting going on. It was just grunting and being dirty. When was the last time Daryl took a shower? I don't know. It seems like he's like the least clean of them. Granted, they're not supposed to look clean, but they had running water and everything in Alexandria. He could have freshened up a bit, got a haircut, but whatever. It is what it is. I know a lot of you love Daryl. He's not one of my favorites, but hey, at least he's in the top 10 right now because they've gotten rid of so many characters. I kind of have to put him in there. Number 9, a character who is kind of like the, if you don't like Daryl, this is your favorite character on The Walking Dead. Well, other than another character, and that would be Jerry. Formerly of the Hilltop. Well, he's still a Hilltop guy, but the Hilltop, or not at the Hilltop, the Kingdom, a Kingdom guy. Who is staying at the Hilltop right now. Well, the Hilltop's not around anymore, so actually he's at Alexandria. They have too many damn places in The Walking Dead. But Jerry's a really fun character. I don't think that Jerry will be killed off in the final season of The Walking Dead. He could be, but I would bet he won't be. If anything, he'll lose Navila. That would be my guess to make him feel really bad. And then he'll have to raise all the kids. But Jerry's a great character. He doesn't really get enough time on The Walking Dead. He had that weird episode in the bonus episodes where he just kept coming up to Carol and saying random shit. I didn't really like that, but I still like Jerry as a character. Not as much as some people do. He's all right. He's good. He's funny at times. And I obviously like his, when Ezekiel is around, his talks with Ezekiel are great. So Jerry, number 9, who's currently at Alexandria. Well, everybody's at Alexandria. Well, except the people at the Commonwealth, if that's Commonwealth, or going to the Commonwealth. Number 8, a character who's come quite a long way on The Walking Dead. He's been at Alexandria the longest, and that would be Aaron. Now, Ross Marquand plays Aaron great. He's actually a great actor, and Aaron does a lot of good stuff on The Walking Dead. I don't think Aaron gets enough time. They could make him be even bigger on the show, but they choose to do more Daryl and Carol stuff, where I think the Daryl and Carol stuff is getting kind of old. It's time to let other characters, it's time to give other characters the spotlight, in my opinion, and Aaron is one of those characters. Now, he may quite possibly get the Rick death at the end of The Walking Dead Season 11. I hope he doesn't, but I'm thinking he probably will, or because he looks the most like Rick and has been given a lot of the Rick things that Rick does. But Aaron is a really strong character. His relationships haven't gone the best in terms of his boyfriends are dying. It's unfortunate what happened to Jesus because they didn't really explore that a lot. And Tom Payne wanted to leave the show, so they killed him off, and it made Aaron's character a little less. But Aaron's still a great character, and I like him. That thing that he's got for a weapon is with his missing hand is pretty awesome, and he's a pretty awesome character. So Aaron, number 8. Now, this is the switch I made. This character was not initially on this list, but then as I thought about things, I had to add her, and that would be number 7 is Lydia. I didn't really like Lydia at first, but I didn't hate Lydia. But Lydia in A Certain Doom and towards the end of Season 10 of The Walking Dead, when she was given the time, I feel like she really shined. Moments with Negan were really good. That classic encounter that it's not an encounter. The moments that she had with Carol in episode 10-16, A Certain Doom, were awesome, where she pulls Carol away from the cliff edge and holds her down behind the boulder, and then throws her mom Alpha's mask as all the Whisperer walkers are just falling off the cliff. It's awesome. And Lydia is good. I at first didn't give a shit about her, but now I actually really care about Lydia. We didn't get much time with her in the bonus episodes. In fact, I think she was only in one scene, and that was the first episode, if I recall correctly. But Lydia is a good character, and she has a lot more room to shine, and maybe they'll let her shine in Season 11 of The Walking Dead. So she's my number 7. Number 6, a great character in The Walking Dead. They keep hinting at this character's demise. I don't know if it's going to happen, but I feel like he's not going to die of the cancer that he has right now. And of course, I'm talking about Ezekiel. What a great actor. Carrie Payton puts a lot into this role. He really likes the role, and the fans really like Ezekiel on The Walking Dead. Now, he doesn't have Shiva anymore. He doesn't have the kingdom, but Ezekiel's really good. Now, I'm not really a fan of the Commonwealth stuff, and I don't really like the fact that this character went with Princess Himiko and Eugene to, well, at least trying to go to the Commonwealth or the train cars, which might lead to the Commonwealth. But I still really enjoy Ezekiel as a character. He's a great actor. He puts a lot of effort into his role. And I'm hoping that he'll survive The Walking Dead, but the likelihood is that he will probably end up dying, but not of the cancer that we think he's going to die of. It was a throat cancer. I don't remember what kind of cancer it was. Something to do with right here. But I hope he stays around for a while. Maybe he'll get a spin-off show. Who knows? But Ezekiel is my number 6. Now we are on the top 5 current favorite characters. And number 5, a lot of people's favorite character on The Walking Dead, who initially was one of the most pointless characters on The Walking Dead and has had quite the story arc. Not the biggest turnaround, in my opinion, though, and that would be Carol. Now, honestly, I'm getting sick of the Daryl and Carol thing. If they're going to get together, get them together. If they're not, then have them break off and do their own thing. I don't want to see a Daryl Carol spinoff. Honestly, I don't care. I mean, it's Walking Dead stuff, but it just isn't something I want to see. I want Carol just to be a badass like she is. I don't want her to regret killing things. I want her to be there for Lydia. Maybe have Lydia be the daughter that she lost and not lose Lydia. Let's hope. And Carol's just awesome. I mean, season 5, episode 1, No Sanctuary, Carol was brilliant. And then episode 10, 12, where Negan throws off his head at her, and she's like, it took you long enough. She was the mastermind. Well, it wasn't really a mastermind, but she was the one that let Negan out and kind of told him what to do. Carol is awesome, and that's why she's in my top 5. Although, she's only number 5, which is kind of strange. A lot of people would put her higher, but she's number 5 at the moment. Number 4, a character that we just got back on The Walking Dead. She started on The Walking Dead on season 2. I'm sure you already know who I'm talking about now. And then left, actually, during what comes after Rick's episode, silently. We knew she was leaving, but we didn't know it was going to be the same episode as Rick that she was going to leave for a while. And I'm talking about Maggie. Maggie's a great character. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Maggie with the whole Negan thing right now. That's going to be interesting to see how they can coexist. Because I don't think Maggie's going to kill Negan, and obviously Negan's not going to kill Maggie. I think there's going to be a point where somehow, some way, Negan has to do another thing to redeem himself, and he saves Herschel from some sort of certain doom, and Maggie has to be like, okay, I'm pissed at you for what you did, but I appreciate what you just did for me. And I think they'll somehow, some way end up being close, possibly. It's a theory, but obviously we all know Negan's changed, and I'm sure Maggie can see that Negan's changed. And he'll do something to make, if she doesn't think he's changed, he's going to do something that will really make her think. And I just have that feeling. But regardless of that, Maggie's a great character. It's great to have Lauren Cohen back on The Walking Dead. I'm not sure what's going to happen at the end of Maggie's run on The Walking Dead. Will she live? Will she die? It remains to be seen, but she's my number 4. My number 3, I'd mentioned that Carol had one of the best story arcs as far as where she started from and where she's at now. But the biggest improvement as a character on The Walking Dead, in my opinion, is Father Gabriel. I didn't give 2 shits about Father Gabriel when he started on the show in season 5. He was annoying, pointless, just a random annoying character that I didn't give 2 shits about. I was hoping that Rick would kill him. Same thing with season 6, at least at the start of season 6, he was annoying. And it was that episode JSS, season 6, episode 2, where Carol's going to let Gabriel get eaten by walkers or wolves, or no, it was by the wolves, killed by the wolves, and Morgan's like, we got to save him. All life is precious, and Morgan saves Gabriel. I was like, no, let him die. He's pointless. But I would say starting with episode 12 of season 6, not tomorrow yet, season 6, 12, where they go to the Negan's outpost and Gabriel shoots a couple people. Ever since that episode, Gabriel's really been stepping it up. When Rick left Gabriel at Alexandria, when he left to attend and go after the Saviors, and then we ended up losing Glenn and Abraham. Gabriel's like, I will protect Alexandria, I will protect Judith. And then, even before that, actually before Not Tomorrow Yet was season 6, episode 9, No Way Out, where Gabriel says he'll watch over Judith, takes her to the church, and then all chaos is going, and all of a sudden Gabriel grabs a machete, and Tobin's like, what are you doing? Well, God has given us the strength to fight back. And Gabriel goes out there, and that was like, holy crap. So that was actually the first good Gabriel moment. He did something useful. And then, of course, 6/12, no, Not Tomorrow Yet, he did even more stuff. And then ever since then, he's just been awesome. And then, of course, we get to a certain doom, 10/16. I thought Gabriel was going to die. I mean, I would think an important character would have to die on our side. And I thought it was going to be Gabriel, and he wants to fight back against the Whisperers. He tells Judith and Scott and Rachel to leave, and gives Judith some last words for Rosita. And then the Whisperers break into the room. He's got the shotgun. He shoots a couple of them. Then they get him down, and we think he's going to get killed, and then lo and behold, the ninja shows up, Elijah, with Maggie, and Gabriel gets saved. Maggie and Gabriel hug, which just was such a happy moment on The Walking Dead. And it's great to see where Father Gabriel's come since season 5. He's one of the most important characters on The Walking Dead. I suspect they will probably kill Gabriel off. I hope not. I really like Gabriel. Like I can't believe I'm saying it because he was one of the worst characters on The Walking Dead of all time. Jadis is probably on that list. Tara at one point was on the list, but then I started liking Tara on the last season of The Walking Dead. She started on The Walking Dead, I liked her, and then she edited on The Walking Dead, I liked her. But the middle parts, I couldn't stand her. And Lori would probably be on the list because I just didn't like Lori at all. But that's enough talk about Father Gabriel. He's my number 3. My number 2 is surprising, I guess, to some people. I just really like this character on The Walking Dead. I like what they did. They kind of threw a curveball. They aged her. They had a big time skip. I'm talking about Judith. Judith is just awesome. There's moments where she just kind of steals scenes, even though she's a young girl. Kaylee Fielding is just, I just really like Judith's character. I don't know why. I guess it's because she's the last, like, she has ties to Rick, Carl, and Michonne, even though Michonne's not a real mom. She raised her. And then, of course, Rick, who's raised her. We don't know for sure if he's the dad or not. Apparently, it's Shane's daughter. But nonetheless, she was raised to Grimes. And then, of course, Carl, who she has a bond with. Another thing, because she would definitely be related to Carl, because Lori was her mom, and Carl was Lori's son, too. So, really like Judith. I like her character. She's funny. She has a great dynamic with Negan, and we all know that I really like Negan. And I hope The Walking Dead ends with Judith reunited with Rick and Michonne. Remains to be seen, or the Rick movies end like that. But Judith is my number 2. And then we are down to my favorite character on The Walking Dead. It's really no surprise at this point. I mean, most people love this character now, even though this character started on the show and we hated him. And that was such a powerful episode. And I'm, of course, talking about 701. But Negan is my favorite character on The Walking Dead. When he's not in episodes, I don't really like the episode when he's not in it. Here's Negan was amazing. All the other stuff that Negan's done has been great. His funny lines, Jeffrey Dean Morgan playing Negan is, calling all the things he said about Beta. I think he called him Frosty McTwo-Knives and other funny things that he said. He's just a really awesome character. He should be the lead on the show. They should put more focus on Negan and less focus on Daryl. Clean Daryl up too, that would be nice, but I don't know, I'm picking on Daryl. I just really enjoy Negan. He's just an awesome character. I know I didn't like the fact that he killed Abraham, and I didn't like the fact that he killed Glenn, but I just really like Negan. I'm very interested to see what happens with him and Maggie. I know Maggie's not going to kill him. She would have already done it. She would have done it right then and there on Not Tomorrow Yet, 10/17, when she saw him there. She could have easily killed him right then and there. Obviously, Negan, he's not going to kill Maggie. He doesn't do things like that anymore, and he has no reason to. Somehow, some way, they're going to get close. They're going to bond somehow, some way. I know he killed Glenn. Worst thing that can happen, but he's going to save Herschel. Baby Herschel. Well, he's not really a baby anymore, but young Herschel. And that's going to force Maggie to be like, I fucking hated you, but now I fucking love you. Thank you for saving my son. I don't know. It's speculation. Who knows? I don't know anything, but it's just me speculating. So there is my list. I hope you enjoyed it. Real quick recap. Daryl, Jerry, Aaron, Lydia, Ezekiel, Carol, Maggie, Father Gabriel, Judith, and Negan. So, what's your list? Leave it in the comments section. You don't necessarily have to do 10 favorite current characters on The Walking Dead. If you want to, you can. You can do a top 5 or a top 3. Smash the like button if you're a fan of The Walking Dead. Share the video with anybody that would be interested in this. And of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.